Hello everybody and welcome to another video. This is my channel Like You Give a Fig, and it's all about living in a healthy, happy way for everybody involved, you and the animals and the planet. So if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe. I make new videos all the time of varying content, and you will be sure to be entertained and informed. Today's video is something brand new. I've never done a video like this, but I had to do the screen and then me in the corner because this is like a big thing. Teen Vogue just made an article. Well, actually, they didn't just make it, but they made it February 17th, and they just shared it again yesterday. And I could not believe it when I saw it. I thought it was so cool. It's called How Athletes Are Going Vegan and Staying Strong. From ballerinas to tennis champs, this diet is way more than a trend. So it's just basically about Juliette Doherty, an 18-year-old ballerina who's been dancing since she was 3, and she was tired. They kept pushing protein, 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 but she was still tired all the time. And so now that she's vegan, she eats continuously throughout the day instead of just 3 heavy meals, and she feels better than ever, which is amazing. I think that's just wonderful for her. But then it goes on to say that it just goes on to talk about the history of veganism and everything, and talking about the 1800s, and then it also talks about Murray Rose, who was an Australian swimmer and what was it, 6-time Olympic medalist. And so that's really cool. It's talking all about like Olympians and swimmers and tennis courts and dancers, and I just think it's really awesome that it's talking about all the variety of athletes that are vegans. It says that health benefits include better sleep, weighing less, clear skin, lower risk of heart disease and cancer, and having a vitamin-rich diet, specifically with vitamins E and A, which is absolutely true. Of course, but then here's where I start having a little bit of some issues, okay? Because first of all, the fact that they're even mentioning vegans, yay for them, like that's great. But then it says, of course, following a restrictive eating plan, like here's where it says, following a restrictive eating plan can be hard in the real world. And the fact is that if anybody says that vegans are restrictive, like does this look restrictive to you? These are all vegan foods. Every single one of them. You can eat, there are as many ways to eat vegan as there are to eat non-vegan. And you can still have burgers, you can still have mac and cheese, you can still have cookies, whatever you want. Pizza, just a different version of pizza. Nobody's going to be holding a gun to your head saying you can't eat this. You can eat whatever you want. You're just choosing not to. I'd like to make that very clear. And then it says that veganism is not the right choice for everyone, which is bizarre to me because look at this. This is what a carnivore looks like with all of their physiological traits: omnivore, herbivore, frugivorous, and human. Humans are not carnivores or omnivores. They're just not. If they're herbivores, but if anything, they're frugivorous. They're meant to eat fruit. The canines that everybody always points out, oh yeah, those are for chewing meat. No, they're not, honey. They're for eating fruit. So yeah, we have all of the qualities that an animal, which is what we are, would not eat meat. So we're not everybody is built to eat something different. All humans are built to eat the same way. That's like saying, oh, some cows are meant to eat grass, other cows aren't. It's just plain old not true. But I digress. Then it says that vegans should be eating enough, and like that they should make sure that they're eating enough and really concentrate on it, which absolutely, like a lot of vegans don't stay vegan because they're not eating enough. Really frustrating because they can eat anything they want. They can eat copious amounts of their favorite foods: rice, beans, potatoes, and pasta, and they can do that, but a lot of them think, oh, I'm a vegan, I have to just eat salad now, and then they stay vegan for 2 days, and then they can't do it anymore because they're starving and they can't do that. So yes, they should be making sure that they're eating enough. However, it also goes on to warn them that vegans can not get enough protein, calcium, iron unless it's planned and monitored. And where protein or calcium is concerned, look at all the there are so many different options for protein, and protein is right here: non-dairy milks, tofu, sun-dried tomatoes, peas, seeds, seitan, everything. And then over here, vegan sources of iron, quinoa, molasses, dark chocolate, kidney beans. And the thing about protein is that every single vegetable on the planet has protein. And most of the time they have more percent protein than is actually found in meat and chicken and eggs. And like spinach has 49% protein. Beef has 25.8, chicken has 23%, okay? So there are so many different sources of protein and iron, and yes, you should always plan and monitor your diet just in case. I do mine through Chronometer just to make sure I'm getting enough. But the thing is, with protein, I get more than enough protein. For the average female, they're supposed to get 46 grams of protein per day, and for the average male, they're supposed to get 56 grams per day for the average sedentary human. And I got 78.7 grams on a random day. I typically eat 60 to 80 grams of protein every day by not even trying. I try to keep it 5 to 10% protein every day if I can of my calories, and I still get that much. So I don't see how people can be protein deficient, even though there's actually not even a medical term for being protein deficient. I don't see how that can happen eating vegan just because there is protein in everything you eat. Like even a chocolate cupcake has protein. Um, on this random day, I got it from field roast sausage, which is a plant-based sausage, potatoes, bread, nutritional yeast, cream of wheat, hot dog bun, like everything, okay? So there's that, and then yeah, what else does it say here? No, I'm not interested in your newsletter, but thank you. Um, okay, so yeah, the daily recommended intake is more than met eating vegan, and it should be. You should monitor it just to make sure that you're eating enough protein, but you know, I just don't see how you couldn't. This article impresses the importance of food knowledge in order to properly power yourself, which is great, but honestly, I can't even foresee a way that one could screw up their protein. Their calcium and their iron is a different story because a lot of non-meat or non-vegans are also deficient in these areas. So everybody should be aware of what they're putting into their body, not just vegans. Um, do, 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 do. Yeah, they tie things up at the end with a pretty little bow that I love, saying that there's no data on the number of vegan athletes, but many are as strong and as able as people who eat meat. So when we think about people who have given up animal products, we should consider them empowered instead of deprived. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. They should be considered empowered rather than deprived. Everybody's like, oh, you eat vegan, that's so sad. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? Um, you're not deprived as a vegan. You're empowered because you're living in an ethical way that's so good for you. Um, it's I can't even describe. Okay, and then at the end, I love it. It says tips on going vegan. Yes, Teen Vogue, yes. You should be spreading this message. It's a good one. It starts out by saying that knowledge is power, but it screwed up again. It only lists two health food books that which is nothing. It's something, but it's nothing. I mean, all vegans can do whatever they want, but they have to have the right knowledge. This is what they should be doing. And as teenagers, this is what they're more likely to be doing. They're not going to go run out and buy a book. They're going to watch stuff on Netflix, like Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives, Farm to Fridge, Earthlings, Vegucated, Food Inc., Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. A lot of these focus mostly on the health anyway. So if Teen Vogue really did want to be more like focused on the health, even though I don't know why they wouldn't want to focus on the ethics as well, then they could recommend Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, Vegucated, you know, Forks Over Knives. Like those could be much better options to post than just those two random books. Um, the ethics are so important. The ethics are everything. Yes, this is hard to look at. Absolutely. Imagine having to live in these conditions, okay? It's not fair, and it's something that is so important. Not only are the ethics important, they're the only thing that separates a plant-based diet versus being vegan. All of this is about eating a plant-based diet. Yes, they eat vegan, but they are not vegan. Okay, so that's something that's really important to distinguish, that there is a difference between eating vegan and being vegan. And the ethics are the only thing that is going to make you stay on that diet, on that lifestyle, on that path. So they should have mentioned that. It says slow and steady wins the race and that you shouldn't become vegan overnight, but a lot of people do. There are no health consequences for doing so. There is no I am vegan, you're not alone. Absolutely not. There are so many vegans. The vegan movement is gaining and gaining and gaining. In fact, over here, Fox News just shared this today. Global population adoption, or the global adoption of a vegan diet could save 8 million lives by 2050. This article goes on to say that it could save $1 trillion in healthcare costs, and or more than 1 trillion actually. So there we go. Fox News just shared this today, or yesterday actually, and you're not alone. There are vegans everywhere, and they're gaining and gaining and gaining speed because people are starting to realize, oh hey, this is the right thing to do, and I don't want to die. Win-win. It also says that you should have a box of vegan snacks delivered to your house, and that you should check out blogs to cook vegan. You know, great, but in the end, veganism is not just about your diet, your health, yourself. Veganism is for the planet, for the animals, and for ourselves. It's just the right thing to do. I am vegan for the animals, for the water, for children dying of hunger, for the rainforest that's being torn down for animal food, for compassion for wildlife, health, peace, the planet, everything. You're not vegan because you want to be a healthy athlete. You're vegan because you want to be a healthy human being and live in a healthy planet. Okay? So overall, I think this article was great. I think that it was awesome to get the word out there, but they could have done a better job focusing a little bit more on ethics and not freaking out about protein, 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 blah, 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 because as I showed you, I get protein every single day, double what I need. And I don't even try, just from eating popcorn and potatoes and breads and wonderful vegan staples that people eat. I better wrap it up here. I don't know how much longer I have, but I just want to wrap it up by saying that you should absolutely go vegan if you're an athlete. You should absolutely go vegan if you're a human being, because that is what we're meant to be eating. We are meant to be we are not meant to be consuming animals, so you shouldn't be doing that in the first place. If you want to be healthy, if you want to be happy, and if you want to live in a better world, and you want your children, and your children's children's children to live in a better world, then you should absolutely go vegan. It's how you are meant to be. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts on the article. Let me know what you think, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye! Alright, now how do I close out? Ah! Okay, bye guys.